I am a cloud engineer.
I am a cloud engineer.
How much do you make doing what you do?
120K.
120K a year.
How many years of experience do you have total versus industry?
I've got 7.
I started in 2017, so I'm approaching 6 years.
How did you get into it? Like, what helped you?
Necessity. I did it when I was in college, and it just kind of evolved, and here I am.
Yeah, learning more about it from him showed me that I was capable of doing it, and it would be less stressful than what I was doing.
Any advice you would have for others interested in this?
Go for it. I work from home.
How did you get remote work? Was it like included? Was it difficult?
It started with COVID. They just said, keep going.
Yeah, it also morphed for me, so I'm working from home as well. And the pandemic helped with that, so people can see with cloud engineering, it's not necessary to come into the office.
Okay, so what do you do?
I work in finance.
Nice. As a
Sales analyst.
sales analyst?
Yeah.
In finance, in sales as well.
And how long have you been doing that?
About 6 years.
6 years?
5.5 years.
Roughly how much do you make on an annual basis, roughly?
Give or take 100,000.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Do you get any other perks or benefits as part of your offering at the company?
Yeah, a lot. So you have like the healthcare, the pension, the gym, doctor, dentist, all that kind of stuff.
Best benefit?
Childcare.
Have the childcare there.
Because we're husband and wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the childcare they provide?
So a nursery just for the building.
Oh, awesome.
So for everyone
Brilliant
there,
nursery.
you get like 40 days backup for free, basically, as well as like a permanent spot.
That's a great perk. I'm a new dad, so that's something good to know. Do you think you're paid fairly for what you do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And why do you love what you do?
Probably the benefits first, and then, well, intellectual stimulation.
I enjoy the client interaction. Clients are really interesting. Some of them are good friends of mine. Get to work with my wife. And also you get the benefits of the perks, which I know a lot of companies don't provide.
No, that's amazing perks. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. Awesome.
I'm a nurse anesthetist.
How much do you make?
Last year I made $280.
How long have you been doing it?
2 years.
What educational background do you need to get into this?
You have to be an RN first. So I went to nursing school and then I had to work in the ICU for at least a year. I worked there probably like 7 and then I went to anesthesia school.
Nice. And do you like what you do overall?
Yeah, I love it. Best decision ever.
Awesome. What are the pros and cons?
The pros is the money
Yeah.
and the hours. The cons is a lot of responsibility.
Right. And how many hours a week are you working?
A lot. Anywhere from like 36 to 48.
Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
So what do you do?
I'm a nurse,
Nice. How long have you been doing that?
2 years.
And roughly how much do you make on an annual basis?
About 24.
Do you get any other perks or benefits being a nurse?
Yeah, giving back to the people, make them feel good, and make a difference to their lives and other people's families.
Do you think you're paid fairly?
No,
And what is the best thing about being a nurse? Are you happy in what you do?
I do, yeah. When you're making a difference to somebody's life, it's amazing. It is, it's good.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'm a software engineer.
How much do you make?
I currently make $155,000 a year.
Cool. How long have you been doing it?
That's a good question. This stint, 7 years, and then I took a 14-year break before that.
Did you go on a discovery break? Did you try to figure out something else?
Software engineering in the late 80s and early 90s was not nearly as much fun as it is now.
Okay.
And I went into management and QA and project management and product management and automation, and I wasn't very good at a lot of those things.
Okay.
I tried to fight and claw my way back to software engineering. It indeed gave me the opportunity to get back into it full time.
What do you think worked out for you?
I had to modernize my skills and taught myself iOS programming. I didn't get a job that was primarily iOS when I came here. I relied on some previous experience, but I'm doing iOS programming now.
What's your favorite part about the work that you do?
There's a creative aspect to it, and I really like working on stuff that's end user visible, engaging with an end user.
Yeah.
That's why I really like working on the iPhone apps.
What would you tell yourself back then, knowing what you know now?
I would tell myself, hey, you're ADHD. I found that out 3 years ago.
Better late than never.
Yeah, really. If you don't like what you're working on, go work on some different software.
I'm a lawyer.
How much do you make?
I make $215,000.
Nice. How long have you been doing it?
2 years.
And what's a financial guilty pleasure?
Food.
I'm a copywriter that works in advertising and marketing.
How much do you make?
I have 2 jobs, so I make $80K for my full-time job, and I make $35K freelancing, so about 6 figures, 110, 115.
I'm an architectural designer in DC.
Oh, in DC.
Yeah.
From Georgetown.
Yeah.
How much do you make?
$50,000 a year.
Nice. And how many years of experience?
Coming up on 1 year. I graduated last May.
Nice. Congrats.
Thanks.
And what's a financial guilty pleasure?
Shopping. I work in Georgetown. It's so easy to just go on my lunch break and spend all my money. And I try so hard not to, but I'm getting better at it. But it's really hard.